Rockstep Radio, on demand, with Kevin Leach.
DJam 2016 in the north of England. I'm joined by Mel and Jo. Welcome to Rockstep Radio, guys.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yep, great to be here.
Pleasure to have you with us. So you are one of the leading Balboa couples here in the UK. You've been here, 15 years now?
First came to the UK, we were living abroad in 2000. Mm-hmm. Started Lindy Hop, Balboa probably just over 10 years, I'm thinking.
Yes, 15 years would be almost 16.
Yeah.
16 years in the UK, which is quite a real fantastic.
He's loving it.
Yes.
And you met in Singapore, is this right?
Actually,
Tokyo.
We met in Tokyo, Japan. But Joe was based in Singapore, and I was actually based in the UK. And the company that we were working for actually brought us into Tokyo, and we basically met in the boardroom. And
Scary.
Started from there.
And where did your Balboa journey begin?
Our journey actually started in the UK when we were learning from Dan Guest and some other teachers as well, Simon Salmon. And we were primarily doing a lot of Lindy Hop and loving it so much, but then got that Balboa bug and decided, well, this is really, really nice, and we wanted to continue on with that journey. So probably around 2005, we started just dabbling into Balboa, but didn't really get serious until about 2009, and then it just kept going from there. Yeah.
So it was swing dance first of all, but was it Lindy Hop first of all?
Yes,
Yeah.
Lindy
Well,
Hop.
actually, if you go back, it was actually salsa. Then it was
That is
Lindy
true.
Hop.
Then it was Lindy Hop, and if you go farther back, it's hip hop for me and breakdancing, and that's kind of my childhood, I guess. Experience.
And do you still bust out any hip hop moves?
I try to. within reason.
Oh, yes.
You've got an interesting look on your face there when you say that, Joe.
Yep, I'm working with the moonwalks.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Will we see any this weekend?
Oh yes, we had some at the demo last night. So yes, we'll try.
I was standing at the back of that demo last night, and I saw mostly backs of heads. So I'm sorry I missed that.
Don't worry, there'll be more.
I look forward to that. So we've gone on this journey from kind of hip hop, salsa, then into swing dancing.
Yeah.
So how long were you swing dancing for before you really thought, wow, this Balboa thing is quite something?
Yeah.
Probably about 5 years doing Lindy Hop.
Yeah, serious Lindy Hop.
Yeah.
The normal obsessive, 5 nights a week. Constant, weekends away.
Weekends away, going to a lot of workshops and things. And it's quite funny because the how we got into Balboa, I think Joe and I had different views on what we wanted to do for our dancing.
Yep.
When we first moved to the UK, we were looking for salsa venues to actually take classes and participate in that community. And by chance, we went into this area in Fulham, London, and we found a place called the Dance Attic. And right in that area, they had flyers for swing dancing by Swingland, Martin Ellis. And this is where I said, let's go try swing dancing, because my father, he loves that, and I love the music.
Yep.
But Joe still wanted to try to stick with salsa. So it took about 6 months before I actually got her convinced that the classes were great. Everybody's very friendly. We go to the pub afterwards. We have a couple of drinks, and it's very, very, such a great community. She then got into it. And when we started doing Balboa, I bit the bug very, very quickly, but Joe goes,
Same again.
I think I still want to keep with Lindy Hop. I really like
slow
that.
burn. I'm slow burn.
Yes.
But with all of these times, have you won her around, Melly?
Yes, you have, actually.
And once I'm there, I'm obsessed.
You can
I'm
answer the same
obsessed.
question.
Yeah, no, he's good. He bears with me as I take a while to kind of leap into the unknown, and then once I'm there, it's
Yes.
fabulous.
But now, I mean, do you think I just want to go back and do salsa, or are you over that now?
I'd say over. Balboa's now taken over. That's what happened. Salsa was it, then it was Lindy, and now it's Balboa, and that's kind of my passion.
Is Balboa kind of a rite of passage for swing dancers, do you think? Do you think you get to a certain point in your swing dancing career or journey and then think, I need the next thing? And, is it more of a mature dance, if that's the right word?
I'd say it doesn't have to be. I think
that
convention is how it's Lindy is far more popular. There's lots of Lindy classes and teachers everywhere. So that's kind of the natural starting point, and therefore the journey traditional is Lindy into Balboa. But you go to other places like LA, and people will have only done Balboa.
And of course, it was young kids when it started.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it's a street dance. It's a street
It
dance.
was a street dance where the young kids did it in Balboa Island, and that's every week during spring break they would go there. And Bal Week was where all the dancers, all the college kids, all the high school kids would come in and dance. And so it was very much a young, energetic dance. And I think what we learn Balboa now these days is pretty much where we see those kids. They're now a lot older, but their style of dancing has changed. But if you watch the older clips, they're so vibrant. There's so much energy in that, and they have that spirit. So hopefully we're trying to
bring that back a little
spirit.
bit.
How much research have you done then into the history of Balboa? Have you been and visited the location? What's left of it?
Yes, absolutely.
We love going back to California, and I think there is an event there called California Balboa Classic, where a lot of
highly recommend
LA dancers, Balboa dancers, swing dancers would come to that event, and afterwards we would stay with some of the other dancers and actually hang out at Balboa Peninsula, go to the pavilion, go and hang out with some of the people, look at the old historic sites, go to the Balboa Museum on Balboa Island, and just read up on the history and how things are there.
And that's a museum about the location, not just the dance.
Yes, yes.
The history of the dance.
But it has a section. On
yes, there is a section about how the dance is there, how at that time they had a huge ballroom called the Balboa Rendezvous, which burnt down, but that was where a lot of the kids would go and dance. You would pay 5 cents to dance in there. And then
floors were packed,
floors
energy
were
high.
always packed, energy was high, and lots of competitions. And it was just if I was a little teenager at that time, I would definitely
That would be his breakdance equivalent.
Yes.
So Balboa is increasing in popularity, I think. Is that just my awareness increasing, do you think? Or is it definitely increasing in numbers?
I think it's definitely increasing.
Yeah, I really like that it would say that it is increasing in numbers. And I would say, going back to your thing about is it a mature dance? Yes, it can be a mature dance, but I think because of the increasing popularity of Balboa and the revitalization of the energy and the spirit of LA swing, a lot of people find this is a new area that we can actually complement our Lindy Hop with and actually share that. It's because they were probably the same time period, probably in just
same
two
time
different
period,
coasts.
same music.
Yeah.
They can just bust out the moves just the same.
Yeah, just the same.
So cards on the table this weekend here at DJam in Beamish near Durham. There are 3 rooms, Lindy on one end, blues on the other end, Balboa in the middle. I drift from the Lindy room to the blues room, and I walk straight through the Balboa room, and that's only due to lack of skill and awareness and knowledge. So come on, hook me in, sell it to me. Why should I get myself down to some bal classes if I can find them?
Go.
So consider yourself. You love Lindy Hop, and what is the reason why you like Lindy Hop? Because of the energy, the vibrant music, and just the fun element of it.
You answered your own question.
That's true. Balboa, why would you do Balboa, or why would you dance Balboa? A lot of people, as you said before, tend to think of it as a next level up into a challenging yourself. And yes, that is a nice area of challenging yourself. However, there's such a fun element to it when you're dancing to really, really great swing music from the period time, 30s and 40s, when you're listening to Glenn Miller, Artie Shaw, Chick Webb, and you hear them just really going and ripping, and you just want to dance. This is another area you can actually dance add to your repertoire, and you can also look really, really well with it, because a lot of the dancers, they were dressed smartly, but they were ripping up the dance floor, and they were really, really good at it.
You're visiting Manchester in a few weeks for Join In Throw Out, which is run by a friend of Rockstep Radio, Velody. I have a question from Velody here. It says, Lindy Hop's been called the happiest, joyful dance. Now, we know that you dance Lindy too. So what is it about Balboa for you?
For us, for me, it's the partnership.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly
it's the
that.
intimacy that you have with your dancer, your partner, and how you connect with each other, and you just have a joyful experience dancing to this really, really lively music, and actually just playing around with each other. The follower doing something and the leader responds back to that, and that's that kind of communication, that conversation, I think really, really inspires us to continue doing this dance, because every single dance is such an amazing, it's always unique, always different. Whether you're a beginner or whether you're a master, it is such a unique experience that we love doing. Okay.
What has been the highlight of your weekend here at DJam so far?
Gosh, there's been so many. It's tricky. It's really hard to actually
Is it your
pinpoint.
first time here, Joe?
Second time, so they were kind enough to invite us back. So thank you.
You must have done something right
I
last
know.
Yes.
Paid a lot of money. No, from the moment literally you walk in the door on Friday and you get welcomed, it's just easy, looked after, well organized. You couldn't get a better venue and a better set of students. And the fellow teachers are amazing to hang out with and play with. So it's from the moment you enter, I'd say the highlights just keep on rolling.
Mhm. Yeah, it's good. And for me, I would say the late night dancing. It's just the inspiration just from each room, that you sit in the blues room, you dance, and then you just get infected with just wanting to dance blues. You sit in the Lindy Hop room, you're infected, you just want to dance Lindy Hop, and then you go into the Balboa room and you feel like, yeah, I want to dance as well, Balboa. Even though sometimes you may not feel like you actually can do these things, you just get up there and do things. And I think everybody is just very welcoming in each of the rooms to say, hey, let's just dance. It doesn't matter if you know it or if you don't know it. Let's just have a fun and just dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe and Mel Calanglang, thank you for talking to us today on Rockstep Radio. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very
pleasure.
much
Thank
for
you
having
very
us.
For more on-demand content from Rockstep Radio, go to rockstepradio.com.